Welcome, Deb Miller. Thank you so much for joining us today. You joined the Life Changing Cooking program about a year ago, so we're so grateful to have you on with us today to share a little bit about your results. If you don't mind sharing a little bit about your weight and blood numbers prior to joining the program, greatly appreciate it.
All right. Well, like you said, I started a year ago. And I found Homemade on my Facebook feed. I was really discouraged because I was on my second round of blood pressure medication. And the first one was making me cough all the time. And I finally got them to change it for me. Wasn't feeling well with the second one, was very discouraged, didn't want to be on it in the first place. Anyway, a year ago, my blood pressure with medication was 126/85. Went to the doctor last week and it was 106/67. So it's coming down. And I've told him that I want to be off blood pressure medication. And he told me we'll keep working on it. So my cholesterol numbers have never been really bad. Last year, my total cholesterol was 190. This time it was 174. My triglycerides were 80 last year. This year they were 65. My HDL stayed the same at 53. And my LDL went from 121 to 108.
Wow.
So he said they'd like to see that number come down, but we'll keep working on it. And hopefully in another year, that number will be down under 100. That would be great.
I mean, you're headed in the right direction, that's for sure.
I've lost 25 pounds in a year, and he was very happy about that. So, and because when I first went on blood pressure medication, I told him I did not want to be on it. And he said, come back in 3 months, and if you've lost 10 pounds, we'll talk about it. Well, I was counting calories, I was journaling, I was doing all these things. I went back at 3 months and I don't think I had lost a pound. And on Homemade, I lost 10 pounds the very first month. So I was like, why couldn't I have done this before? But the Homemade way was so much easier. So yeah, I'm very pleased with the program. It's been great.
That's fantastic. It sounds like it's been easier and more effective, which is two birds, one stone. I love it.
Yeah, and I think vegetables play a big part in that, and I think that's why 10 pounds was so easy the first month, because I have a garden, and I was eating everything I could out of that garden last August, before everything was gone. So this summer we've been utilizing the garden a lot. So that helps. And salads and tomatoes and zucchini, and I'm eating things I never would have thought of before. Always before, zucchini was for bread or cakes, and now I bought a spiralizer last week, and I'm spiralizing zucchini zoodles, and we're eating, things that I would never ever have thought about fixing before.
That's amazing. I love hearing that. You're utilizing the same stuff you've been growing in your own garden, but in a totally different manner.
Totally different way, yes.
Yeah. So it's just a little bit of a mindset shift of
right, exactly.
Utilize these ingredients that you already have in a way that makes your food nourishing, healing, and ultimately helping you to lose weight and improve your blood numbers. It's really incredible.
Right. And I feel so much better than I did a year ago. So much better. It's blood pressure medication. I don't know. I was just dragging. I just felt really lethargic and not wanting to do anything. Wasn't motivated to do anything. And now I have lots of energy, and I just feel really so much better.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, you look great as well.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. That's so fantastic. I'm so happy to hear that you're re-energizing and you are feeling good. It's definitely a motivator, when you do start obviously losing the weight feels great, but when you have that energy, it's something like,
Right.
oh, this is tangible. This is something I feel all the time. Like, I want more of this. So,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
My husband's lost 20 pounds as well. So
Hey.
and he wasn't completely on board. He's, he backed me with it. Yeah, you can do this. Let's do this. And he loved the meals I was fixing, but he was still eating out a lot at lunchtime. And but he came around. So for all the people that their husbands are not completely on board, give it time. It'll happen. So I'm thrilled about that. And that has helped. And he even fixes meals. Sometimes one day at lunch, he fixed us both great big salads and put all kinds of things on them. And he'll fix breakfast with scrambled eggs, and he'll saute onions and, all the peppers, that kind of thing, and fix breakfast for us. So that's been great.
That's beautiful. He's being inspired by you. I mean, that's what it sounds like, is you're creating these nourishing meals, and he's like, I feel great too. I'm like, let's all of our food like this. Why not?
It's made a big difference.
Yeah, and the fact that he's losing 20 pounds, he probably feels super re-energized. He probably feels great about losing that weight. And like I said, that's a huge motivator to see those results. Like, let's keep doing this together. What a blessing that he, even though he may not have been on board at first, now that he's seeing what it's doing, he's like, yeah, I like this. It's great.
Well, he knew it was important to me, and that he was seeing a difference in me. So he actually, at Christmas last year, told me that we would do the success program, because he knew it meant a lot. And that was his Christmas gift to me.
That's right. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So that was, I think, starting to be a turning point for him.
Wow. So, that's incredible. What a beautiful gift. I mean, to you both, really.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I love hearing that. Super important to have support. We do have the support system within the Homemade community with all the ladies that are in the program and our team, but to have that at home it really makes a difference. It's so important. And just your day in, day out, trying to stay on this path towards achieving your health goals, It makes a huge difference.
Support from the ladies in the Homemade community has been incredible. And that was one reason why I really wanted to join Success. I wanted more of the homemade techniques and the teaching and everything, but the ladies in the group are just awesome. And they help you with so much and encourage you. And so that's been a real plus as well.
I'm so happy you feel that way. We feel the same way. I mean, I feel supported by them as well. But it's so beautiful to see the engagement, just everyone really having each other's back, whether it's something like you have a bad day or like you experience the loss of a loved one, it just is the whole gamut, and people show up so hard for each other. And it's encouraging. Yeah. You can go on there, and post it like, today I ate something that made me feel terrible, and you'll have so many responses. So I'm really happy that you feel supported by the community. The others definitely feel the support from you. You're super engaged, and we love that. Yeah.
I like, sometimes sometimes I feel like I comment way too much.
Not at all.
I like to help if I can.
Yeah, no, you're doing a great job. It's fantastic. I see you on there and encouraging others, and that's truly, like you just said, it makes a big difference for you. The road goes both ways. It makes a big difference for people, especially people that are starting the program, that show up and like, I'm overwhelmed, like I need to make change, I feel terrible, I'm sick, my family's sick, and you're able to show up and say, this is how this is working for me, like how can I support you?
Right.
It makes a whole difference in the way that they approach their health. So thank you for commenting a lot. We love it. Let's dive into a little bit about your cooking. You mentioned that you have a garden. You were previously reserving your beautiful zucchinis for bread and cake, which I'm not going to lie, I'm a huge zucchini bread lover.
Yeah.
But now you are spiralizing your zoodles and you're incorporating your garden's bounty into your everyday meal. Let's talk a little bit about what your cooking was like prior to homemade.
Well, prior was, I love to cook. I love to look for recipes. My husband teases me that he's never seen anybody look through a cookbook like they're reading a novel. But I love cookbooks. Are you the same way? But before, I mean, if you looked at my Pinterest board, it was all the recipes, the desserts with all the sugars, and I mean, just calorie dense recipes that was nothing but gravies and sauces and all the really heavy stuff. And that was all of our meals. I mean, that's what we had all the time. If we didn't eat out, we ate out a lot. But otherwise, if I cooked at home, it was all those, those kind of meals. And it's not like that anymore. It's a lot of salads. We love salads, a lot of veggies. I did stir fry the other night for the very first time. And that was amazing. It was so good. So I enjoy trying new things now, and the smoothies and all of it. So yeah, a lot of has changed with my cooking.
That's fantastic. I love hearing that you're enjoying the smoothies. You're using all of your veggies. It just sounds like you're really jumping in and you're being adventurous, which can seem a little intimidating at first, for sure, especially if you like try something once and you're like, I don't know about that. But as long as you continue to try new foods and explore, you're going to find so much more that you like than
exactly.
So
yeah.
I'm excited for you guys. It's like a continual adventure, a little culinary adventure. And especially since you love to read recipe books,
yeah.
You're only going to find more stuff to experiment with and play with in the kitchen. So that's truly what it is about, just following the principles of cook, eat, listen. As long as you're willing to listen to your body, you're willing to explore some new cooking techniques and different recipes, you're going to do such a wonderful job with improving your health. So.
And I think listening is something that took a little while to catch on to. Because before we ate until we were full, and then 20 minutes later you're miserable because you waited too long but now I just, it's like, okay, I'm satisfied, and quit while I'm ahead. I don't want to be completely full or stuffed when I'm done eating, and it's made a big difference. So
that's fantastic. I love to hear that you're learning how to listen to your body. It's definitely a living, breathing relationship. It's constantly checking in with yourself. It's getting that feedback and listening to it, truly.
Right.
I know that like all of us within the homemade team it's a constant, okay, like we are relearning this all the time, but as long as you do pay attention and listen, your body will tell you when it's full. And it's incredible to see that shift of like, oh, wow, I need so much less of this and so much more of that, and see the results. It's incredible. So that's great. I'm so happy to hear that you are learning how to listen to your body and enjoying the process, it sounds like,
It was completely foreign in the very beginning.
Yes.
So, but yeah, that's made a big change, big difference. Yeah. The mindsets have been awesome.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear about that. That's wonderful. Yeah, let's dive into a little bit about the mindset. How have you, are you incorporating these into like a everyday practice? Are you checking in with yourself with the mindsets, or are you like, you find that you've hit a nice groove and you check in when you need? How's that going for you?
I try to make it a daily practice to really pay attention to what, what's going on, what I'm doing, what I'm eating. Um, I don't know, maybe down the road it'll be a groove thing, but I'm not sure I want to go there because I think I think that could be dangerous for me.
Totally. Me as well.
So,
Well, I'm so happy to hear that it's a little bit of a daily ritual for yourself, and it's something that you're incorporating.
yeah,
Routine.
pay attention, the meditations, all that. I just listened again yesterday or the day before to the self-love meditation. So that, when I heard that the very first time, I was blown away. It's like all these things you don't think of. And, and there is a lot of negative talk with a lot of people. And I was guilty of that. And, your body does keep going, works hard, and what are we doing to it? So that was really good. I think I've listened to that 3 or 4 times now. So yeah, something I need to go back to probably more often, but yeah, so anyway.
That's great. No, that's fantastic. You're finding something that's like a little bit you're trying to incorporate more regularly, and especially self-love. It's a huge part of self-care, and that's a big part of the programs. And so yeah, that's beautiful. I know that you're not alone in like wanting to listen to that more often, because there is so much coming at you from outside forces and within that
exactly
tell you to think otherwise. So it's really important to be your own advocate and love yourself. Just makes your life so much more enjoyable. So
but you're bombarded with all that stuff, even TV commercials and it comes at you from every angle.
Yeah.
And so yeah, self-love.
Yeah, and when you're not feeling good on a daily basis, it can be really challenging to offer yourself that love. So,
Right.
But it is such a reciprocal relationship. You offer yourself love, and you offer yourself nourishing, healthy food, and your body will respond in such a positive way. And those two hand in hand, it's a wonderful marriage. Wonderful. Well, I would love to dive into talk a little bit just about dieting in general. With Homemade, we are the anti-diet, the non-diet. If you have any experience with dieting prior to the Homemade program, you could dive into a little bit of that. That'd be great.
Oh my, it's more like, what didn't I do? When I was in high school, I weighed 120. And I got my first office job where I sat at a desk. And the first week I gained 10 pounds.
Whoa.
Yeah. And that was when the dieting started. I mean, I wasn't even 20 years old because I was blown away. And now I think, wow, it's up to 130 pounds. And I thought I was really, really heavy because I'd gained 10 pounds.
Yeah.
It's crazy what you envision in your head. But that's when the dieting started. So I've dieted all my adult life. I went on birth control before we got married and gained another 10 pounds. And after my son was born, I was my first Weight Watchers experience. And I've probably been to Weight Watchers 5 or 6 times. I joined a health and nutrition company and drank shakes twice a day. And now those shakes, the second ingredient on them is fructose. So, but when I look at the picture, that was my most successful weight loss. I lost, I think, 67 pounds with that. And, but I kept it off for quite a long time. But when I look back at pictures of me then, I don't think I look healthy. my face was, my cheeks were kind of sunken in, and so that wasn't a good way to lose weight.
Yeah.
But with I even did an orange juice diet where all you did was drink orange juice until your evening meal, and then you even included orange juice with the evening meal, but you could eat pretty much whatever you wanted. But
That sounds terrible.
there's some crazy things, so
Yeah.
you're so desperate, something's got to work sometime.
Yeah.
But when I got into homemade, I'm not kidding, it was a huge weight off my shoulders that I did not have to count calories or journal, or log things on the computer on, one of the programs. And I just felt like this, finally, I have found something where I can just eat and not worry about, oh, I can't have this because, we're not allowed grains, or not supposed to have dairy, and, all this stuff. So this has been a huge blessing. It really has. So I'm a homemade person for life now.
That warms my heart, Deb. We love having you on board. And we're so grateful that like you can approach these big milestones in your life without feeling like you have to jump into something like a diet that's all about deprivations. It sounds like with each one of your life milestones, you did that. You did a huge deprivation diet. And even if you did lose weight, like you just said, you look sullen, you didn't look healthy, you probably didn't feel
Exactly.
healthy. And now you feel great, you look great, your skin looks gorgeous, by the way. Yeah. I feel like that's one of the huge markers you can tell. It's like when someone just looks vibrant and luminescent, they're probably eating pretty healthy. So
Exactly.
yeah. Well, Deb, thank you so much for your time today. It's been such a blessing working with you, and to have you in our program.
Oh, I have enjoyed it very much, and whatever comes after this, I know nothing's going to change with the way I'm eating now. So it's been too good.